what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to my top 5 best loadouts for Warzone Season 3, which has brought with it Rebirth Island. It is back and I am so excited, so I want to make sure that you've got the best class setups possible so you can go ahead and get as many wins and potentially even get that Rebirth Island nuke. But before I get into the first loadout, I'm so excited to announce that if you didn't know, I am now a HyperX and Omen ambassador. So if you want to go check out them, go check it out down in the description below. If you're looking for a brand new headset, mice, keyboards, we've got some incredible stuff lined up in the future that you're not going to want to miss out on the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. But our first meta loadout, we're going to hop straight in. This is what I'm most likely going to be using ranked play, so what a lot of the pro players are already using, because the Ram 7 did receive a pretty significant nerf with the Season 3 update. Now, the meta weapon is, of course, the SOA Subverter. We got it towards the end of last season, and it is now slotted itself in at the top of the meta. You're going to want to have that Casus Break L muzzle, the Dozer 90 long barrel, the Bruen heavy support underbarrel, the 50 round drum, and then that Motion V2 heavy stock. Now, this pretty much just makes it a laser beam. You are going to be using the iron sights, but the iron sights on this are so clean. It's probably one of the cleanest iron sights in the game, especially kind of at that kind of mid-range distance. Yeah, like when someone's really far, but a bit like the Ram 7, we've been using the iron sights a lot, and the Subverter iron sights do the job. The SMG of choice has not changed. The HRM did receive a little bit of a nerf, but nowhere near enough to knock it off the pedestal at the top of the tree for close range. So what you're going to want to have is the Zem compensated flash hider, the DR6 hand stop, the 9mm high grain rounds, the 50 round drum, and then the folding stock. And then yeah, I'd be surprised if you don't already have this within your loadouts, but it's super easy to use, great iron sight, great mobility, good range, and I just, to be honest, love it. Another big change with Season 3 is, of course, tacticals. Smoke grenades have now got a significant counter. If you hit someone with the snapshot grenade, even if someone chains smokes together, they will stay highlighted with the snapshot. So if you're running with a squad, one of you should run snapshots. Just if you see a whole squad crossing with loads of smokes, just makes it really easy for you to pick up those kills. Of course, smokes are still going to have their place, but it's nice to have a counter within the meta. And then frag grenades and also breacher drones are going to be your go-tos. Claymores are also pretty damn powerful. Breacher drones now have a blast radius of 10 meters. So if you have like a group of you just like launch these into a room, it's going to do a lot of damage and really not much can be done about it. So you kind of want to move away from Semtexes. EOD now will also knock down someone who has EOD will not get down instantly now if you stick them, but breacher drones, frags, and claymores are the top 3 explosives that you're going to want to be using this season, with Mountaineer, Double Time, Quick Fix, and Flex as your perks of choice. Now, if we move on to our second loadout, we've got the brand new SMG, which isn't going to be at the very top of the meta, but it, like, to me, I don't know why, but like when you look at this, does this not just look like a giant pistol? I don't know how it's found itself into the SMG category, but it's got a bit of mobility, not the fastest time to kill, and to be honest, not the greatest iron sight, but it's a fun gun to use, something new to use on Rebirth Island. This is the build that I found: the Mountain's heavy barrel, the Zem compensated flash hider, the DR6 hand stop, the 48 round mag, and then the low 9mm grip to finish it off. But with that, I love this. Now, if you've been watching my streams, you will have seen that I've been using the Bruen a lot, especially towards the end of Season 2. And this is the build that I go for. I don't use a barrel, which is what majority of people do. I use the Casus Break for the muzzle, the Bruen heavy support underbarrel, the 60 round mag, the Jack Glasses optic, and then the Stip 40 grip. And this is an absolute laser. If you do not like the Subverter, try this. Like, as you can see, laser beam, super clean with that Jack Glassless. Great mobility, pretty much plays like an assault rifle, just like it did back in the days of Verdansk. Feels at home, especially as we're back on Rebirth Island. But give this a go. I love it to pieces, and I'm going to probably be using this a lot more than I do a lot of other weapons, so as my medium to long range weapon. Then we've got the brand new Moors. This is the best sniper for Rebirth Island. It's one shot. One of the great things with it as well, though it doesn't get the one shot kill on the dummies, one of the great things with this is it's got 1 round in the chamber, and it's just got a quick reload. So that it's always firing 1 round, reloading. Like, you're not, for some reason, the dummies aren't going down in 1 shot. But 1-shot kill, very quick ADS time, and it's going to be a lot of fun to use. The build you're going to want to have is very similar to other snipers that we set up. We've got the Razorhawk laser. We've then got the SPX AT 6.6 optic, because I don't love the original the original sight. We've then got the Super Light 90 stock, just to give you that sprint to fire, movement speed, aim walking speed, quick bolt, so you get that fast rechambering, so you can get more shots off. And then we've got the OP 980 grip for faster ADS. Unbelievable. And to be honest, is very similar to the Meta XRK build that I've also been using recently on stream. So if you've been using this, pretty much take the exact same build and apply it to the Moors, and you're going to have a great time, honestly. Like, so much fun. And if you do like the scope, you can get rid of the SPX, and you can put on some, like, the HVP, which will increase the damage. So even if you don't get the headshot, you're pretty much taking someone down with, like, a plate a bit. So extra damage, always helpful, just for a little bit of bullet velocity punishment. Then with that, I'm using the WSP-9. This is a great sniper support SMG, very much like the Milano if you've played a lot of Rebirth in the past. SEM compensated flash hider, WSP-92 long barrel, DR6 hand stop, 50 round mag, and then the glassless optic mag with smoke grenades, frags, and the same perk setup. Our next loadout, the SVA. I swear by this assault rifle. So many people overlook it. You can switch it to single shot and you just spam it, and it destroys the opposition. The build that you're going to have with it is the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor, the STV Precision Barrel, the 5.45 high grain round, 60 round mag, and then the Jack glassless optic. Then with that, I've got the Ram 9. It has received a few nerfs over recent weeks, but it's still a very, very good SMG to have in your arsenal. We've got the Zen compensated flash hider, the DR6 hand stop, the 9mm high grain rounds, the 50 round mag, and then the Hunker 5 stock pad. And then my final loadout may surprise some people. This is kind of like, I think, the Joker in the pack of weapons. I think a lot of people overlook this because it was the worst gun pretty much in Call of Duty history, but it has received a ton of buffs recently, and it is the Sidewinder. It requires 5 bullets. I'm just going to show you the stats. Before I show you how it fires, right? It requires, right, when you go ahead, oh, sorry, what am I doing? When you go ahead and look at this, it's 60 damage pretty much everywhere but the legs. So anywhere in the lower torso, upper, 5 bullets, and you take an opponent down, right? And then 84 for the headshot, just to kind of like throw that in there for the longer distances. Then it got a bullet velocity buff, so now you're not it's just your actual ability to hit your targets at a distance works really nicely as well. Now it's not as like reliable as a high fire rate weapon where you've got a big margin for error, but if you land your shots, this will destroy opposition. And like, are those medium range distances, like fighting on prison roof, you're going to hit those shots. So don't sleep on this. Give it a go if you want to try like a higher skill curve weapon. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. And I just pair that with the HRM9, which is the build that we saw earlier, obviously with the high grain rounds. But those are my top 5 meta loadouts. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Share any other class setups or weapons that you find or want me to try out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Warzone content.